Welcome to the latest episode of the Funnel Forecast on Back of the Net. Today we're going to go through the match predictions and see how Tony got on last week as well. Let's find out.
And the cross by Heffernan, and was not a foul. It's a goal anyway from Funnell.
Before we get to Tony, though, and before we start looking at those predictions, I just want to remind you what this is. So we gave Tony £20 to bet with, and we split that money onto 10 single bets, and whatever profit we take from those games, we carry on to the next week, week after week after week. And after week one, we made a humongous, let me just check on my calculator, 47p. Hey! But to reveal how we got on this week, week two, I'm going to need a little bit of help. So we're going to call in my friend here, Mr. Sam Davis.
Hello, sir. How are you? 47p. I mean, what is it going to be spent on? Well,
I know.
I mean, it's going to go on to charity, isn't it? You know, whatever happens. And even if it's less than 20 quid, we'll put 20 quid to a charity of Tony's choice. But we're hoping it's going to slowly build. But it didn't go too well last week for Tony, did it? I've got a graphic. One that I made earlier, Tony.
Oh, nice. Lovely. Love a graphic.
Have a look. So we were loving it. After the first three matches, we were thinking, right, he is on a roll. I think we were up to like £11 on the first three games. And I think I said to you on a WhatsApp conversation, I said, if we continue with this trajectory, we could be on like 30 quid. But then the Spurs, Man United, Watford, Leicester, which was one that took you by everyone by surprise. Brighton, Arsenal.
Crazy.
No one would have thought that, would they?
Crazy result.
Fair enough, he got the Wolves win, but all the rest of them were wrong apart from Man City, Burnley, which was last night. And yeah, I mean, Man City were winning 3-0 at half time. So yeah, how many is that right? So that was 4 correct and many more wrong. Were there any there that you thought, oh, Tony, why did you go for that? Or were they pretty much on par with what you were thinking?
It's so tricky, isn't it? I think to be fair to Tony, I think what we've just found out, especially that Arsenal Brighton result showed us, is actually the form book. The form book's pretty much out the window now, isn't it? Like the home advantage is gone. That's what all the managers are saying. I mean, you could just kind of, which way is the wind blowing? Newcastle are going to win. You just don't know what's going to happen now, which for us makes it really exciting, I think.
Yeah. So after the first week then, so we had 20 quid. So we made a family fortune of, what was it? Something ridiculous, like 47p. Tony, how much is in our account at the moment? Are you going to do the totalizer thing, like on Children in Need? Like, go on, what is it?
We should have a big graphic that comes across it.
That'd be so good.
Oh, it's gone down, Sam.
Oh no, what is it? Go on, tell me.
It's £17.16.
So what's that? A £2.84 loss, Tony Funnell. What have you done to me? What have you done?
He's ruining you financially.
Yeah, he really is.
Oh, I don't know. I'm going to blame that on Sheffield United having a player sent off.
Yeah. I think so. And Bournemouth expected to do better. Should we find out what he's gone for this week then, Tony?
It's got to be better.
Here we go with the Funnel Forecast once again, and not so good last week, I'm afraid. Started the week off with Sam having a go at me, trying to wind me up with my 47p profit, and then I banged in the first two games. 2 out of 2, and I thought, here we go. Sam will be quiet this week. He won't have much to say now. And then, unfortunately, it went downhill from there. But hey ho, onwards and upwards. Let's go into this week's fixtures. I've got my fixtures over here. We start with Leicester against Brighton on the Tuesday, and I'm going for a home win for Leicester, followed by a win for Spurs against West Ham United, which would be good for Bournemouth. Then we go to the Wednesday fixture. Another home win, I'm afraid, Man United against Sheffield United, followed by a win for Newcastle against Aston Villa. Another good result for Bournemouth, that would be. Then I'm going for a away win, Everton to win at Norwich. Good for Bournemouth again. And then we have Wolves versus Bournemouth. Love to say Bournemouth away win, but I'd be happy with a draw. I'm going to go for a draw for that game, and then a win for Liverpool against Crystal Palace. Then we go to the Thursday fixtures. I've got a home win for Burnley against Watford, and then a home win for Southampton against Arsenal. And then Chelsea versus Manchester City. I'm going to go for a away win for Man City. So fingers crossed this week, and heads up to all you Bournemouth fans, don't be too disappointed. It's still a long old way to the end of the season, and I'm still confident we'll get out of it. But it's bit by bit, baby steps, draw this week, and then a win probably against someone we're not expecting to beat, and Bournemouth will stay up. Come on, you Cherries. See you later.
So those were Tony's predictions, and we've got them up next to us on the screen here. We have a little look through them. So we got Leicester Brighton with a Leicester win.
I agree with that. I mean, you know, they did leave it late against Watford, albeit Watford, you know, did pull one back. But at home, you'd think, you know, I know fans aren't there, but I think probably right. Brighton looked all right against Arsenal, but Arsenal, how can you really gauge anything against them? So I think he's got that one right.
Yeah, and you know, we don't really want Brighton to win, do we? It'd be nice if we could pull them back in. Yeah. Then we got a Spurs West Ham, but it's got to be a Spurs win, hasn't it?
Yeah, agree with that, Tony. Well done, Mr. Funnel.
They look awful, West Ham. I say that now. Man United versus Sheffield United. This is a really interesting one because I don't know why Tony goes for Man United all the time, but I think that could be the one that he comes unstuck on.
Newcastle, yeah, I mean they looked quite impressive in their you know, last match. I think them to beat Villa. I certainly hope that happens. Norwich versus Everton. This is always a bit of a tricky one, isn't it? Everton aren't exactly world beaters, but they held Liverpool, didn't they?
They did indeed. Yeah, I think he's gone right there. I think he's going to be fine.
Yeah,
he's going to be fine. And then we got Wolves versus Bournemouth now. It's interesting he's gone with a draw. I was thinking about our form, and usually when we pull ourselves out of a slump, we go through that kind of, you know, if we lose and then the performance is better and we still lose and then we get a draw and then we might get a win. So he might be onto something there.
I would take a draw. Liverpool to win, yeah. Burnley versus Watford, maybe. Saints versus Arsenal, quite possibly, which would send AFTV into meltdown once again. And then Chelsea v Man City, that's quite an interesting one because I thought he might have plumped for a draw there, but Man City, you know, judging by their performance yesterday, looking pretty good against Burnley. You know, 3-0 up at half-time, went on to score more in the second. You know, probably right, I would say. So yeah, I'm hoping that we can maybe put the balance back over 20 quid. So, you know, this is where we're at, Tony. If we look at, obviously started off with 20, we were up 47 pence, and then, down £3.31 on that £20.47. How much money do you think we're going to have? Do you think we're going to have over 20 or what?
Do you know, I think we do. I think we will. And I think it'll be really interesting because there will be a point, won't there, where Liverpool have won the league, and you know what are they going to be playing for then? There's you know, it's the way that Tony thinks about these fixtures might have to change based upon what people need to play for. Yeah,
he's not going to be going for, you know, Bournemouth this, Southampton that, is he? Man United this. I think he's going to, as time goes on and as the proverbial hits the fan with the bank balance that we've got, I think hopefully he'll go with his head rather than his heart. But I think, you know, these are very good predictions. And Tony, it's all done in jest, but if you lose us more money, you're out of the show. We get John Williams in, right? No, of course we're not. What do we call that? The Willow, No, I won't go there. But
don't even try to think of it. Anyway, knowing Willow, he'd bet all of his money straight away and lose his shirt, wouldn't he?
Yeah, exactly. No one wants that.
Well, there we go. Thank you very much, Sam, for chatting to me. And thank you very much, Tony. You are a legend for sending in those once again. Obviously, if you can check out all the videos, please, and subscribe. That'd be great. We've got another video coming up later today, which previews our game against Wolves. We won't talk about the fixture earlier in the season. Lovely to see you. See you soon. Bye-bye.